Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation back with another video, and in today's video, that's right, we're talking about how to get on track to become a millionaire, the fastest way and most realistic way to becoming a millionaire, but the fastest way possible. All right, so now this is not no get rich quick scheme, no illegal schemes or business or anything like that. This is doing it the right way, the most realistic way, because a lot of guys see your boy Will Motivation in this Lamborghini Aventador SV. They see me in the Ferrari F12 or the Lamborghini Huracan, and a lot of people ask me what I do for a living. Now, I never said that I was a millionaire, nor will I ever say that. I don't know, just the way I was raised, and who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Like, I do okay for myself, but more than anything, I like to share my experiences, not only having, the cars like this, but I like to show you guys how to get it. So that is the point of today's video. So we're gonna go over the quick step-by-step way, realistically, for you to become a millionaire, or to be on track to become a millionaire as fast as possible and most realistically as possible. Some of this information is going to sound pretty basic to some of you guys, but some of this information is going to be invaluable for other folks that are tuning in. All right, so step number one to becoming a millionaire as fast as possible, and that is learn a high paying skill or trade so that you can maximize your earning potential. Now, for me, in my particular case, what I learned is I went to school for 4 years to become a computer scientist or software engineer, computer programmer. And believe it or not, a lot of you guys know I invest in real estate, but some of you guys might not know that actually most of the money that I've ever made in my career has not been because of investing in real estate. It has been because of my knowledge of software engineering and what I know how to do as a software engineer. I started a company, and that company started to make some money doing some software engineering work. And man, what the heck are these? Look at these, look at this. And those are the most exotic looking birds I have ever seen in Ohio. Look at this. Look at that. The heck is that? That thing looks like a fishing lure or something. Look at those birds. What are those, hummingbirds? Some exotic cardinals or something. All right, I digress. My bad, man. I got distracted because of these bright yellow birds that's flying around right here. So I found a little secluded spot to shoot this video. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it. We got nature and everything. But anyway, a lot of you guys, like I said, man, when you see this car like this, the real estate is how I justify buying these cars, because I invest in real estate, and then the real estate and the profits from the real estate can actually pay for these toys. But I like to be very clear. I learned a high-paying skill first, and then that skill I turned into a business, and then that business generates more money than my real estate investing business. But that business I was able to start because I learned how to write software, right? So learn a high paying skill. That's number one. So let's go into number two, which I kind of just alluded to or just mentioned. So after you've got a high paying skill and you're starting to make a lot of money, and you start to invest that money, put that money in the bank, that kind of thing, now the next thing you want to do is you want to start some type of entrepreneurial endeavor, some type of small business, and invest in your entrepreneurial self or your entrepreneurial endeavors. So what does that mean? That basically means start a business or start several businesses. And if you have that high paying skill, then potentially that business that you start can be anchored by your high paying skill. So the business that I started, in my particular case, I started a software engineering company. I started a social network. I wrote a bunch of code. I built a database. I created a unique, resource for you know, millions of people that they could use that resource on an annual basis, and eventually the money started to come. Now, one thing that's important about step number 2 and being, you know, starting some type of entrepreneurial endeavor, what you really want is to have some type of business that you can invest time in. Maybe you can invest a little bit of money in it, but the key thing is that there are no limits to how much money you can make when you have that entrepreneurial endeavor or that entrepreneurial business. So that is why I say in step number 2, start some type of business that has no limits on how much money you can make. So with your high paying skill, you'll start, you get some money coming in, you start to be able to save some money, then you start to have some money that you can invest in yourself or in a business. Hopefully, you know, that business is something that you're running, so that's investing in yourself. Don't worry about making money immediately. So when you start that business, you'll know when you have something that you're passionate about, when you try different things, and eventually you'll land on something that you become passionate about, that there's no limits on the potential for it. You might not know how you're going to make money or how much money you're going to make, but if you provide a resource to or something valuable to people, then eventually the money will come. And that's exactly what happened in my business, and that was step number 2. Now, step number 3, and these things can be happening in parallel, right? So you can have your high paying skill, you can have a job making a lot of money, or, you know, do contract work, make a lot of money, start a business. You can be doing that at the same time on the side. And then number 3, you can also do simultaneously. And number 3 step, you know, to becoming a millionaire as fast as possible is start to invest in real estate. And my suggestion, the easiest way to start to invest in real estate is to make sure to buy and own where you live. Now, that doesn't always apply to everybody, and a lot of people disagree with that and that kind of thing. But for me, these are my steps, right? So these are the Will Motivation steps, and these are the steps that I followed to get to where I am. Now, like I said, I ain't gonna say I'm a millionaire, I got tens of millions or anything like that, but I do okay. All right, so I'm at the point where I'm just trying to share information. This is not about me or me bragging or anything like that. This is about me trying to show you guys what I did. All right. So step number 3, buy real estate. And the easiest way to do that is to buy where you live. So buy your first home, buy a home, right? And then here's the thing, like a lot of people disagree with it. They say, you know, you should rent or whatever so that you can be mobile and stuff like that. My thing is this, you have to live somewhere. You have to live somewhere. So if you're gonna be living somewhere, let's say you're gonna live for at least 10 years somewhere, even if you move around, if you buy that place where you live and you stay there for 10 years, then that's 10 years of money that you can have invested in real estate so that you're paying down that mortgage or whatever the balance is that you owe on that property. And at the same time, in a 10-year period, the value of that property can go up significantly, increasing your net worth. And I have a lot of examples of real estate that I've purchased over the years. And in a 10-year period, having about 5 real estate properties stacked up, just 5 of them, those 5 properties can turn you into a millionaire, you know, from a net worth perspective, right? So if you got 5 properties, let's say you bought all of those properties for $100,000 each at some point in time, or whatever they cost, right? You bought 5 properties. Now in a 10-year period, those 5 properties can go up in value, sometimes doubling or tripling the value of those properties. And so that right there, with 5 properties, if they double in value, that's $500,000. If they triple in value, then you're well over $1 million just on the real estate, not including your entrepreneurial endeavor, your business that you start, or the money that you save having a high paying skill. So number 3 is start to invest in real estate, starting with owning your own home. Now, while you're doing all of these things simultaneously, you're going to start to have and start to see some progress, because your bank account is going to start getting larger because you got that high paying skill. You're putting money away. You start to invest some money in that side business. You're starting to invest some time and effort in that side business. And then what's going to happen is that side business is going to start making some money. And then that's going to start to increase your net worth. Then what's going to happen is that property, that real estate you bought is going to start going up in value, and you're going to be paying off the debt over time. So your net worth is going to be going up at the same time. So you're going to have all of these things working for you simultaneously to help make you a millionaire faster than, you know, or even a lot of people don't even think that they could ever become a millionaire. I'm telling you, step-by-step ways. Own some real estate, own some businesses, have a high-paying skill, invest in yourself, and those are the first three things that you want to do. Now, the fourth thing is essentially putting this program on turbocharge, and these are all the steps that I took to get to where I am right now. And the fourth thing that I did that I recommend that you guys do is, so number 3 was you get your own home, you invest in some real estate, and number 4 is you start to invest either heavily in the real estate market, or you start to invest in the stock market. So that, and then consistently, so you start consistently buying up rental properties to buy and hold, or you start buying real estate to flip that real estate and then make a profit every time you sell one of those houses, or you start to invest in the stock market so that your money over time is invested and you can start to ride some of the profit in the ups of the stock market, right? So start becoming an investor, all right? So once you have these 4 things working together, next thing you know, your net worth is going to shoot up to $1 million. And as time starts to go on, this is where they have that saying that says, the rich get richer or whatever. Well, the reason why is because once you get to a certain, you know, you start putting all of these things into play, and you get to a certain level from a financial perspective, and you have money invested in the real estate market, you have money invested in the stock market, you have money and all of your skills and experiences invested in businesses that are making money, and you have a high paying skill so that when you spend time doing some type of work, you get paid a lot of money for it. You have all of these things working for you at the same time. This is how the rich get richer. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's not like, a lot of people say being rich is like a bad thing, or when they say that saying, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, or something like that. I don't even know how the saying goes, but that's not a bad thing, because the more money you have, the more people you can help. The more money you have, the more opportunities you can create for other people that are trying to get ahead and they're trying to work. Like, I have the businesses that I talk about, the real estate that I talk about. I've spent millions of dollars I have spent paying other people. So I basically paid people millions of dollars out of my pocket to help me do different things, to keep them employed, for them to have a job. You know, when I'm doing real estate transactions, I'm paying friends and family and different people to help me with these real estate projects, and there's thousands of dollars going out the door into other people's pocket. So you know, to do well and to do good is never a bad thing. And so that leads to number 5, and that is mindset. Make sure you have the right mindset. Really, that should be number 1. But I'm just freestyling based off of my experience. And you can't become wealthy with the wrong mindset unless you accidentally hit the lotto or something like that. So in this video, we're not talking about hitting the lotto and having any accidents. We are talking about realistic ways for you to get on track to become a millionaire. And one of the most crucial things, and probably maybe the most crucial thing, is having the right mindset. And sometimes it's as simple as this. You have to believe that you can achieve. And I'm not trying to be corny or anything like that, but like, I was just at the gas station, right? I was filling up this car, and the guy pulled up next to me in a truck or whatever. Look, you know, middle class looking dude with a truck or whatever, pulled up next to me. And what he said when he looked at the car, and you know, he gave me the thumbs up, and he wasn't being negative or anything, you know, as I was filling up the Lamborghini, he said to me, "Man, I couldn't afford the tires on that thing." And then that was it. So what do you think with that kind of mindset? What do you think is going to happen? And I started to reflect on myself. I said, you know what? I was able to achieve being able to get this car. What kind of mindset did I have that's different from that guy that allowed me to achieve this car? And the mindset that I had ever since I was a kid, I never looked at something like, I can't have that, or I'll never be able to do this. When I look at something that I want, or that something maybe somebody else has that I don't have, and I'm like, you know what, it would be nice to have that, I never think to myself that it's impossible, or I never think to myself of my current situation doesn't allow me to do that, so I'm gonna be poor forever. Never do I think that. I always think, wow, if they did it, I could probably do it too. Now, they might have worked a lot harder than me, or maybe they knew something that I didn't know how to do or whatever. So all I gotta do is learn what they know. And all I gotta do is do what they did in my own way in order to be able to get whatever it is that person has. So you have to have the right mentality and mindset to know and to believe that you can achieve whatever it is you want. So if it is being financially wealthy or successful, becoming a millionaire, you have to have the mindset to believe that you can do it. You might not know how to do it, but that's why you're watching this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm sharing with you the realistic steps and ways that you can do that. So you have to have that mindset that you can achieve and you can get whatever it is you want. And then you have to start to take steps to learn how to get it, to do the things that you have to do to be able to get it, all right? So that's my steps right there, the most realistic, most basic, most simple steps, that if you employ these steps, you will be on track. Now, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be 1 year later, but in some cases it could be. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be even 5 or 10 years, but in some cases it could be. But what I will say is if you do these things that I'm recommending that you do, and you keep at these things and you believe that the things will be the way you want them to be from a financial perspective, that you become a millionaire one day or surpass that and you're a multimillionaire and you're inviting Will Motivation to pick up your LaFerrari or whatever it is, you will know you will have that right mindset and you took those right steps and things started to happen for you. So my challenge to you today, to make this real, is drop me a comment with a goal in the comment related to these 5 steps. What is the goal for you? Write it down. That's another crucial step. Always write down your goals so you can look at them, you can feel them, you can verbalize them. You know, one of the things like that work for me is I always, like my friends would tell you, when I started my businesses, when I started investing in real estate, I talked about it. I talked about what I was gonna do, because then I put it out there in the universe, I put it out there in my circle so that universe and that circle could hold me accountable for doing the things that I say I'm gonna do. I talk about it. So you write that down in the comments, write down a goal, a step that you're gonna take to get to that next level. Write it down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay subscribed. We're gonna keep this motivation going. Peace.
It's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Will Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Will Motivation and support Will. I'm supporting him. You do the same.